Today is the grand opening of the Weaving and Sewing Studio. You have lots of choices, as you can see here on the menu. You can make all kinds of really cool things by doing these three basic types of fiber art. Weaving is a way to connect materials together. All fabric is made by weaving. Sewing is when you connect two pieces of fabric together. And embroidery is a lot like sewing, but it's made to be done so that the stitches are pretty. In the back of the studio, you can find all of the weaving and sewing supplies. There are how-to books and note cards for you to learn how to do the things that I just talked about. And then there are many tools that you will need to do the weaving, sewing, and embroidery. Just take a look around this area and see all the unique supplies available to you. This big box has the larger pieces of fabric, and you may have 2 per day. And on the door is scrap pieces of fabric, which are fun for little tiny things or adding into collage, and burlap pieces, which are great for learning to sew. And in all of these drawers, you can find all of the unique buttons and beads and threads. Now, if you are going to use the buttons or beads, this year there's a new rule. There are these little cups, like the ketchup cups you get at restaurants. You may only have enough beads that fill the cup once per day. You can have less than that, but if you need more beads, you're going to need to wait until another day. This is an important rule this year so that the supplies last and everybody gets their fair share. Along the wall, you can find all kinds of yarn. When you're getting out yarn or string or ribbon, find the end. That's so important. That way it's all together. And cut off an amount that you need. And then put the rest of the yarn back. That way other people can use the yarn too. So now let's talk about some important skills that you'll need in this studio. The first skill is knowing how to tie a knot. To tie a knot on the end of any type of fiber, yarn, string, ribbon, you're going to loop the piece into a fish shape. Like the fish that you draw that's an oval with a triangle at the end. That little triangle piece you're going to put through the oval part and pull. This creates a tiny little knot. You can repeat this fish shape pull over and over until you have a thick knot. But if you have a piece that you want to combine the two ends, like to make a necklace, you might be wondering how to do that. There are lots of different ways, but you can still do the same type of knot, where you make a circle fish shape, pull the ends together, but this time the two of them, and pull it tight. It makes a tight knot that might not be very pretty, but will be tight and hold well. Okay, so let's do that again. If you want to tie a knot at the end of a string or just in the middle of the string, you could make a fish shape, or you can think of it this way. Turn the string into a U, then take the end and make it into an O. See the O, which is the fish. Lift up the O and stick the tail under and then inside. Now you're going to pull the tail so it's tight and a knot. There's the knot. It's the same thing if you do the ends together. First match up the ends, and now you're pretending it's one string. U, O, through the hole, inside, and pull. One more time. U, O, cross it to make an O, under and inside, make sure both of them are in there, and then pull. And that's how you make a knot. U, O, through and under, and pull. I want you to make knots. Try it first before you even ask me.